Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck. Listen, your heart is beating for me. Even your blood can't wait to escape from you. Keep it authentic. Drink directly from the neck.
Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista. Tonight, we've got some exciting matches up ahead for us as I'm your caster, Kiventon, with my fellow friend, Gig Hazard.
Hello guys, we are here for match day number 5. First match between a round table and xenomorphs. I was notified that today might be a high viewership uh, cast for us. And yeah, I hope to see that the match lives up to what the hype is.
Yup, guys. I hope everyone in chat is excited. Remember to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be notified of when we go live next. With that, without any further ado, I think so we can go straight into the bands that are coming out. We have Xenomorphs on the blue and Roundtable on the red, as we do see a few meta picks already getting taken off the board.
Standard pens, some respect pens, I think so too. So what do you think? Which party do you think is like? Do you know these players? So to make a prediction before you then pick.
Well, I'm not sure about the players because I don't know them personally at all. So, but I can make a few guesses on the prediction bands. Maybe a Teresla coming in for the side of Xenomorphs. I'm not sure. We do have the Ling, Zushin, and Zask being banned out by Xeno as a roundtable. They take away the Hayabusa Roger and the chip. Again, the chip we were discussing yesterday being pretty good in the hands of teams that know how to use it.
Xenomorph with their first pick Lolita, I have been biased to this hero. So yeah, I love seeing a first pick Lolita.
Yep, we do see Lolita coming out pretty early. And on the side of Roundtable, they do take up the Julian, but knowing that the Lolita is up there, that's much more of a risk because the Lolita's shield can just knock back Zushin's daggers. I mean, Julian's
Julian.
daggers.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, with a Lolita, every target skill is a problem. So let's see how they respond with that. The thing will be they will have to choose their mage pretty carefully now because of the Lolita pick.
yes, especially since that Loi is still open. But Roundtable do round up that draft with Ruby being picked up. Again, Ruby is another one of those heroes that can be flexed anywhere in this current meta, and she does well in any lane.
Yeah, but I think so. Ruby will go to the XP lane with that spell. So it seems like more of a sustain going on rather than a gold laner.
Yeah, speaking of gold laners, it seems like the Moskov is going to be locked up. I was going to say that Teresla not being picked up in the first phase, it would look a little bit suspicious, but we do get that pass. Indeed. As we do have the Aurora also locked in for the side of Xenomorphs. Again, Aurora has been doing pretty well. She has that insane burst damage, and her kit, especially with her passive, she's able to sustain better in the early game compared to most mages.
Yeah, I think so. Popol and Kupastul could still be on the table for a team round table. But the Pupa and Kupa is a character that not a lot of players play, not a lot of MMs use. So yeah, that is going to be something they need to somehow work on.
Indeed, but they might just go goal lane next round of the draft, as we do have the Valentina getting picked up. So overall, if we look at the composition, both teams rounding up their game plan, just going all cards on the table right now, as we do see a little bit of a flex from the side of Roundtable, especially with that Ruby.
I think so. Roundtable are doing pretty well. They are not just picking any hero. They are very calculative with that Valentina pick too, because uh, Lolita does not counter Valentina at all, and especially with the beautiful ultimates on the enemy team, Valentina is going to have a fairly awesome match.
Indeed, indeed. The Lolita does counter away the Shadow Step coming in from the Valentina with her Guardian's Reflection, but that shield could also help. But as you were saying earlier, it's always a hassle for ranged heroes, especially heroes that have projectiles to go up against the Lolita. But we have to see how Roundtable want to make this work. Now they are banning out the Alpha as they want to limits the junglers coming in from the Xenomorphs, whereas Xenomorphs, not taking the bait onto this Ruby, do ban out the Minotaur, hoping that they reduce the rooms for the side of Roundtable.
Yeah, it's supposed to be textbook bans coming in from both sides. One should be banning all the tanks possible. One should be banning all the hypers or yeah hypers possible.
Let's see what happens here as they do miss out a ban for the side of Roundtable. That's interesting. Whether or not the player disconnected is still unknown. That will only be known when we enter the game. But
Mind
as
games.
we, there could be mind games as well. You never know what teams have in store, especially coming into the tournament. You can play anything. But missing out on a ban is slightly crucial. That just reduces your hero pool, and it also gives the opponent that decision to pick around. Whereas Xenomorphs, they don't waste time. They do take out the thought.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. They should have gone for something like a Moscow ban, yeah. But mm, it is what it is. The Claude is somewhat countered by their pick already, so I think so. That was something they should not have done. They should have put their ban in something more useful.
Interesting enough, I think so that Claude ban must have been for a setup into something like the Moskov or another goal laner as such, because the Moskov does get pretty hard counted by the Claude if the Claude knows how to play well, so they don't want to take any chances. But sadly, Roundtable do pick up the Moskov in that exchange.
Moskov is pretty nice, but is going to have a hard time if Ruby's shield is up. I think so. I would be concentrating my shield on repelling that Moskov damage throughout the game. Since I don't think so any other repel is necessary for Team Xenomorphs.
Yeah, that is true. Xenomorph have a good front to back composition. They do lock in the Nathan, and we already know that the entropy is pretty devastating, especially in the late game. We know that Nathan's damage, and they also finally, we see a Nolan, in the Obscura Showdown. I've been waiting for this hero to come out. Let's see how he is going to perform. But looking at the composition from Xenomorphs, it is a pretty good Nolan pickup.
Achao coming in. It may work, may not work. I am not sure. Who does he go after? What is his objective? Is it just a pick, just for one shield? I don't think so.
Again,
That
they do,
they go for a
yeah, well,
Nihilus. Yeah, we
yeah,
did forget about that.
we did forget about the Horseman. Hylos, again, another hero that has been making storms in the showdown. The Glorious Pathway has been doing very well. Good positioning with that ultimate can really help out the rest of the team. Both
Yeah, that
drafts looking solid. What do you
yeah
say,
that
Gig?
both looking very solid. But I personally believe Xenomorph have the better pick, and then Round Table have. It isn't a big uh, gap, but I think so. Yeah, slightly Xenomorph have the advantage going in.
Well, both teams starting up strong. I hope everybody in chat are excited and ready for tonight's match. As we do enter it hard and strong. Welcome back, guys, to Obscura Showdown, Season 3, powered by Vista, the first match of the night between Roundtable and Xenomorph Esports.
Yes, guys. This is day 5. Thank you for your continuous support and your viewership on this channel. And if you want to get notified, do follow, subscribe, press that bell icon, and also find us on Discord and Instagram.
Yep, as we enter the match, both teams do start off from the blue side of the jungle. And yeah, we do see that there is a little bit faster lane clear coming in from the Aurora. That is something that we have to watch out for, as the Aurora will be able to rotate faster than Valentina.
Yeah. Of all the skins present, in this current match, which one do you prefer?
My goodness, we're going into the little bits, the skins of all the skins that are present. Speaking of which, wait, in the mid lane, the Valentina gets pretty low, but does survive. But in the top side, we have another exchange going in. 3 members onto the Teresla, and Teresla does fall. That's too much damage coming out in the early game. And of all the skins present,
Have a
to answer your earlier question, brother, it is that Ruby skin. I love that aspirant skin.
Me too. Me too.
As we say, me too. The Moskov in the bot lane gets dove upon by 2 members, the Nolan picking up that kill. So it is a kill coming in from both sides, but that's a lot of gold going away, and Hylos taking a chunk of damage from the Aurora combination.
The mage does miss out on a lot of XP from the mid lane. So yeah, both mages do that. So I think so. The rotations are having a problem. The xenomorph rotations are a bit slow, I think so.
Yep, we are seeing them set up though for this turtle. The Ruby is already there. She does have the I'm offended. So any hiccups coming in, she can just hook as the I'm offended does come out, as well as the glorious pathway, but the Teresla catching out the Ruby. One person who gets the turtle away. The Hylos picks it up of all the people present. Meanwhile, in the backside, the Lolita is pretty low, maybe getting picked off over there as the Teresla also starts falling down slowly. Is able to survive, but the Lolita just a little too fast for the Julian to catch up as Julian just decides to steal away a little bit of Nolan's farm. The rest of round table are there to back him up.
Xenomorph are not doing so well when it comes to team fights. They are the ones running away. I think so. It is also because of the ultimates that have not come in. They are pretty ultimate dependent. This team Xenomorph.
So yeah, that is true. With the Lolita, with like the Teresla, they have to be in good positions before they want to take up team fights.
I think so. This is going to be something that will change later on.
Meanwhile, in the bot side, we see, yeah, exactly. Hylos already popped the glorious pathway, still staying a little bit too long. Gets a huge chunk of damage, but on the other side, round table do close it up with Teresla getting taken down in the top.
Yeah, Teresla is having a terrible time in the top lane because of the continuous ganks he's getting through. I think so. The top lane is going to go down too. The slow coming from Julian and the CC coming from both Ruby and Julian is causing a lot of problem for Teresla.
Yep, not letting him move, but it seems there might be a counter gank coming in, but the flicker ultimately misses the penalty zone from Teresla. Teresla not having a good game here. His mental seems to be a little bit off, but look at the Hylos. He's in the jungle of the Nolan, whereas a reverse penalty zone coming in from the Valentina cancels out the Numenon Blast as she does fall to the hands of the Valentina.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Xenomorphs as Team Roundtable take the gold and EXP lead, but a total could somewhat pull them back into the game.
Oh, speaking of which, Roundtable have already started the turtle and have melted that down pretty quick. We did see Teresla try to walk up to that, but it was a big risk. He took a lot of damage at back away.
It is the rotations that are causing the problems for Team Xenomorph. So yeah, they need to make better rotations. They need to be faster and more decisive with what they do.
Oh, an interesting interaction on the bot side as the Lolita's shield does knock away the Spear of Destruction coming in from the Moskov. Otherwise, that would have been a good re-engage for the side of Roundtable. But we do have the flicker already extended from the Valentina. But as I say that, Lolita getting caught off by the Ruby. Now, in the blue buff jungle, we do see that the Julian is in a bad position. Will he be able to get out? He is able to immune all of those ultimates coming in from the side of Xenomorphs. As a huge fight breaks out, the Glorious Pathway is used up, but the Teresla, not having the mobility, does go down. A double kill for the Moskov as the Lolita falls in the process as well.
5-man ulti, but no one to follow up. After that, a bit sad moment for Team Xenomorph as they lose another top lane turret. The inhibitor turret naked now within 6 minutes.
The turret blast is also used up, but while that team fight was happening, we did see little Nathan over here take that gold turret. So it's not all down the drain yet. The Nathan is pretty free, pretty farmed up, getting there.
I think so. When it comes to one of the flaws I feel this patch needed to fix was the amount of HP, the durability of towers when the game ends too fast. I believe that is my personal opinion, but
It keeps the games alive, as we do see that the Nolan gets pretty chunked from the Hylos, but the Hylos popping the Vengeance is still alive as the Numenon Blast also comes out. The Glorious Pathway is already used up, but that's not enough to keep the horse alive. We have comeback potential here as Gig.
yeah, I hope so. Because they did have the better pick, but it seems they're getting outplayed. As it seems another turtle goes to a team roundtable. I think so. Yeah, they have 0 turtles in this game. Team Xenomorph.
Yeah, that is true. 3 turtles already over to the side of Round Table, as Xenomorphs have yet to put a dent into these neutral objectives. But it seems like they are slowly prepping to try and contest this next slot, which will be coming up in 90 seconds or so.
The longer they wait, the more difficult it becomes for Team Xenomorph to catch up, as there is a 6k gold lead currently, and not a lot of bounties on the other side. Just a 400 in total to make that even.
But we do see the Lolita immediately getting melted by the Julian combined with the Ruby. And that might be detrimental as what turret does fall.
Interestingly, Lolita goes for a Flask of Voices first buy. So I think that is going to cost them.
Exactly. In the top, you do see the penalty zone coming in from the Valentina catches 2 people off, whereas the Teresla's own penalty zone is not enough to actually do much. As the Nolan going into 4 members, which was a very risky play that did cost him his life. The Aurora living number of HP.
They do need to focus on the damage dealers, but I don't think so. They can. It's too risky. The XP and the goal difference is too high for them to make any moves currently. Until and unless Team Roundtable make a huge blunder, I think so. The match is easily going to go to the side of the Roundtable.
We have to see as the Lord does spawn up in 5 seconds over here. We do have the rest of Xenomorphs in a little bit of a dire situation. Let's see whether or not they are in a position to make that comeback.
Yeah, they do need to make some magic happen, Team Xenomorphs.
But we do see that Roundtable do get an uncontested Lord over there. This is just a 10-minute Lord, so I'm pretty sure that Xenomorph with that Nathan, with that Lolita and the Aurora, they may be able to defend this if Roundtable do not go for a full-on engage. As teamfights are very dependent on the penalty zone coming in from the Teresla, but having that stolen away by the Valentina, it does counter the Lolita ultimate as well, as the Numenon Blast can get cancelled out.
Oh, the Lord is coming down the middle. This is a bit scary for Team Xenomorph. As it seems like the enemy buff is also being cleared out. The jungle also being cleared out. This is a bit scary. Let's see what happens. This could be the end of Xenomorphs, or can they make a comeback? Can they make a magic play? As we see, the first ulti does go down, does not catch anyone. And first to go down is the Roundtable, as you can see, it might be a comeback coming in from them. They still have everyone alive. As soon as I said that Aurora goes down, the Lord is there. Moscow focusing on the inhibitor turrets. Ruby very low. Julian there to make sure that Ruby has enough time to walk out of that dire situation. Yeah, I think so. That is what was needed. I mean, yeah, a comeback play.
A little bit of a misplay coming in from Roundtable as they did miss up that initiation by just a little bit. They did lose out the Hylos and the Valentina, even though the Valentina did get a good stolen penalty zone onto three members backlight of Xenomorph, but Xenomorph were able to live another day, and Roundtable were forced to just take that bot inhibitor and be happy with it. But we might see another fight be breaking off over here as the penalty zone is already committed. We do see that the Glorious Pathway does come out, and a three-man I'm Offended from the Ruby does catch onto three. And it seems like Xenomorphs are getting pretty low over here as 5 people collapse onto the 2 remaining members. Lolita is all as res like it's taken out as we see a 5-man wipe out.
That they paid dearly for that overextension. This is not looking good. Aurora does come back in 6 seconds with also the old teammate coming in, but I don't think it's gonna be enough as we see a very anticlimactic match end to the match, as we thought that was a comeback play coming in from Team Xenomorphs, but sadly the game was too far away for them to make a comeback.
Yup, congratulations for Team Roundtable for winning this first match, as we'll see you guys in the next one. Stay tuned.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Pirates team. Big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Pirates team. Big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
Who said there are no shortcuts in life? I literally invented one.
Welcome back everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista. Today is day 4 and we are in match number 1 of today. And this is point 1 to Roundtable, as Team Xenomorph did win the toss, are on the back foot, but sadly losing the first game.
Yep. Also, welcome to our chat. I hope everyone's doing fine. Everyone's doing dandy. As we do see the drafts coming in from both teams. Remember, guys, to like the stream and subscribe to the channel to keep entertained, to keep ready with all the future matches that are coming in for the Obscura Showdown Season 3. We are in day 5 of this long streak. Also, guys in chat, welcome for any new viewers. Also, hello to our old.
Apologies, we were not reading the chat as we were very tunnel visioned into the match. So I think so. Yeah, apologies for that. We will be reading your comments too now.
All right, with that, we can come straight into the draft phase as we do have roundtable banning off the chip, Lolita, and Ruby. Potentially 3 roam heroes already taken off the board, as we do see the Ling, Hayabusa, and Zas for the side of Xenomorphs.
Yeah, first 3 bands coming in from the round table is a bit interesting. Especially
We
with
do see
the
that
Lolita band, right? So
exactly, that Lolita ban is interesting. It must have been just a little bit of a respect ban as they go for the Roger, but the Zushin is still open as well as the Hylos, which can make a tight combination. They might just go the Zushin Teresla though, as they want some leverage because it's very risky to give Teresla up to the enemy, especially in this meta.
I think so. This is going to be a Ilos pick. I'm just guessing.
Both could work out here, but it's neither. As they take up the Harith again. Harith, I'm not too hesitant on picking him in the gold lane, but especially up against this Roger. If this Roger is going gold, Harith can do pretty well if played properly. As we have the reverse pick coming in, we do see that the Hylos and the Arlet getting taken up. Now, Zushin does counter many front lines, but if your front line can jump straight to the back, it's not a problem, as we do see that with Arlet.
Yeah, man. I did not see that Harith coming in. So, yeah, no comments on that pick coming in from me. Round table do get the Ilos also on their side. So, smells like trouble for the other side.
Yep, we do have your favorite hero on the map right now, as we do see the Alpha getting picked up as the jungler for the side of Xenomorphs. Again, both heroes, the Harith and the Alpha, do technically on paper counter the Roger, whether he goes to the gold or the jungle. So in my case, I'd say that's a pretty decent pickup from the side of Xenomorphs.
And more than a
Yeah, they go for a Julian ban and an instant Angela ban to add to that.
That is very true. Angela and Alpha make a very scary combo, and it's very difficult to take them down. And also the respect ban on that Julian, because they do not want to deal with that high damage coming in this time around.
Ooh, I think so. Yeah, Harith could cause huge problems for the round table. I personally feel that hero has a lot of damage and also a lot of mobility. So yeah, I remember the first time the hero was out, broken hero. It has scaled down a bit, but in the hands of a skilled player, still very terrifying.
Yep, we do have the Loi also being banned out by Xenomorphs, as they now can target down this mid lane for the side of Roundtable. Let's see if Roundtable do the same and ban out a few rooms. Yep, they do continue with Carmilla getting off the board.
Yeah, Carmela, a very nice pick if it were available. But yeah, kind of a very necessary ban, I think so, with this. A lot of mobility on that tank as well, and a stun and a CC available too. Carmela is also one of the most highly picked heroes in this Obscura Showdown. So
Yep, now we do enter these pickups. Let's see what Xenomorphs decide to take. As we do wait and see what roam or EXP they do take to counter the Arlet and the Hylos coming in from Roundtable.
Always on the way.
As they take
Your
a
team
Matilda,
is
an
picking.
interesting pick.
Swivel.
I think so. It is
Swing.
for a Zushin
Flash.
and Alpha.
Not bad.
As we see an exciting hyper pick coming in from the round table, a Fanny pick.
Interesting indeed. The Matilda does help out the Alpha, who requires a lot of mobility in the game. As Roundtable, they pick up the Lunox as well. This is a lot of damage for the side of Roundtable with the Fanny and the Roger as well as the Lunox. That's the early game to the late. They've got a good composition. Let's see whether
we
on
did-
what EXP they might take from the side of
We
Xeno.
did see a Lunox pick, but it was a hyper. But that was a terrifying hero for the enemy team, as a lot of damage did dominate the game from start to the end. Let's see how this Lunox does.
Yep, as Team Xenomorphs, they are waiting to pick up their EXP lane, as it might be a CC, but I'm pretty sure against an Arlet,
In the crowd.
she does
Make some
decent.
noise for yours truly.
But Arlet is known to punish sustained heroes. CC is not one of them, though. So we'll have to see how this game shows out. Plus, with that curtain call, they can make some plays happen over here.
Yeah, I mean, if somehow CC can get his ultimate down on Fanny, that would help them out a lot. The mobility, it does suddenly vanish away from Fanny, so. Do you
Yep.
think- Is it possible? I have never seen that happen, but.
I haven't seen that interaction yet, so that's interesting to see. All right, guys, I hope everybody is excited as we do enter Obscura Showdown Season 3, the second game of tonight's match between Roundtable and Xenomorphs. Roundtable do take that lead with that 1 point in this best of 3, as both teams have locked in their drafts and entered the Land of Dawn.
Yeah, Xenomorph did let Roundtable just increase the lead in the previous match. I hope this time they can show their presence from the early game and not make the same mistakes.
With the Fanny, it's difficult to say because she can just be around the map at all times, but we do see a little bit of early game aggression coming in from the Zushin. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Roger getting the first blood onto the Harrod. That was interesting. I was just talking in the draft that the Harrod does well against the Roger, but it seems like I may have been mistaken, and it truly is in the hands of the players that play the hero.
Oh, not looking good. As Team Roundtable already taking the lead.
Yep, a lot of good plays coming in as the Arlet does cut the wave and is set up for probably a dive over here. The Hylos has entered the bush, and it seems like CC does immediately get jumped by 4 members. The Cutthroat from the Fanny securing that first.
I see Team Xeno making the same mistakes they were in the previous match with a very slow rotation coming in. As I say that, Roger does get killed down by 3 members of Team Xenomorph Alpha with that spot on ultimate to make sure Roger does not get away.
Yep, but now we do have the turtle spawning in 10 seconds. Let's see if Roundtable, they want to contest this, but with the Fanny not having a blue, this might be bad. As in the bot side, the guiding winds comes in from the Matilda, as the Alpha does not decide to engage. Might be kind of
Hey.
risky against Lunox.
I think so. They had spotted the Fanny without a blue, and they should have made a play on the turtle before Fanny had a blue. But
But in the bot side,
has-
we Slash gets 3 people, but the fluttering from the Zushin being a little bit too much to handle. Will the Arlet be able to survive here? She does have the sustain. Look at that HP. That's just a little bit as a Fanny for securing that kill onto the Matilda. Able to just
Oh,
fall
that
away.
was sad. That was sad. I thought it was Team Zero with that advantage, but at last It was round table with the last laugh.
Indeed. Now the turtle is still up. I'm surprised that the alpha is not going aggressively into these objectives. That's where he really shines. So we have to see if Xenomorphs now decide to take this turtle objective. But the rest of Roundtable are there, and they are in a much more dominating position, as the Hylos does have the Glorious Pathway and Final Slash is available for the R. Look at the Lunox in the backside. There's damage coming in from the Chaos Alt is a little too much to handle. Lunox does fall to the Yo-Yo coin from the CC. A good cutthroat from the Fanny does secure the kill onto the Matilda as well. That's 2 members down for 1. As seems like Hylos is in a tight spot. He will be able to get out though. He's a horse.
A very, very bad choice coming in from Team Xeno to fight against a team with a Fanny in such tight spaces. They should be playing more confidently. The lead is not as big as it was in the previous match. Currently, since it is the early game, they need to show more confidence and jump into team fights. So much initiation potential on their team. They need to make use of that.
Yep, that is true. They have to use those initiating abilities that they have. Meanwhile, on the top side, the Harrod getting killed again by the Roger, as the Roger goes in onto the Lightning Pounce. Meanwhile, another kill onto the Alpha in his own jungle by the Lunox. This is not looking good as fights break out all over the Land of Dawn.
Matilda a bit lucky with that in that situation, because Roger did not have any mana. So I think so that is why he backed out of that situation, but that could have gone ugly instantly, as Harith is going to go down, it seems. Is Roger there? No, Lunox with that massive amount of damage. As we see in the bottom lane, it might be Fanny going down, Arlott going down, I'm sorry, but it seems like Arlott is going to get caught by Zushin and goes down pretty easily, not making any impact on the team fight as Fanny dives in. But yeah, too much of his sustain coming from CC and not even killing her.
Yep, without the blue buff, the Fanny is pretty low when it comes to doing initiations, as the top turret does fall.
Roger finally going back into his base to fill up his mana again.
Look at that aggression coming in from Roundtable, as with chasing away the Zushin, they do secure that turtle fine and dandy.
Zushin almost lost her life. If it were not for guiding wind coming from Matilda, that could have been ugly. As Hylos is spotted. So much CC coming in from Zushin, but not enough damage coming in. Apparently not. 4v1.
Okay. Oh, the Crimson Beacon is such good skill set for the Zushin, just enabling her to immediately just flip people up, toss them wherever she wants. But now over there, the Zushin already popping the Vengeance, but it's not enough to keep her alive, as we might see a gank onto this Roger, turning into a full-on team fight.
I think so. Team Xeno are sleeping on that Lunox. It is going to cause a lot of problem for them. Not much of...
Oh, the curtain call coming in from the CC, but it's not enough to keep the rest of the team away, as Roundtable do begin the dive onto the bot side. Lunox, there he was, and he does pick up that kill onto Zushin in the back lane.
Sadly, it seems like Team Roundtable also lose another turret. Sad for them, good for Team Xeno.
Team Roundtable are doing pretty well here. They do take another mid lane turret as well, as we do see that the jungle does get invaded by the Hylos. He's just doing his job. He's just scouting out the side of Xenomorph, as
he's going to get not punished.
Harrod.
Yep, but Hylos caught again.
Nope, he is not, as he does take out the turnaround and goes aggressively with that Glorious Pathway, as the rest of Roundtable are there. The Lunox taking the first kill onto the Alpha. The Hylos does finally fall to the Alpha as well, but the Arlet is there to do quite a bit of damage. The curtain call does come out, locking in the Roger and the Lunox, but it's not enough to take them down as Fanny goes in, takes out the Zushin, but gets taken out by the CC herself.
Yeah, a lot of turret damage as well to make sure that happens. Is he barely surviving? Will he? Yeah, does survive the burn, not enough to secure that kill for Team Zeno. But Round Table, as Alpha does secure his blue buff. I think
Yep,
they need
a
to
lot.
make sure they do check the enemy mage as well, being left free to do whatever she wants in team fights.
Yep, but look at that position coming in from the Hylos. He's just in the flank of Xenomorph as they do catch off the Alpha, but the Guiding Winds are there to keep him alive. He does use the Spear of Alpha, and the Circling Eagle does come out as well. But that is more than enough to let the Fanny secure the first turtle of the game. First Lord of the game, as it marches down topside.
Our Lord did use and miss that skill. I don't know if he knew where the enemy was, or was that a mispress. Anyway, he does use up a skill. I lost, I think so, the MVP coming in for Team Roundtable, giving them so much vision. That is what I think the Team Xeno are lacking.
That is true. With the Matilda, even though her wisps can check bushes, she's not the type of support to actually walk into them and face check them. Whereas Hylos, he can walk into 5 members, pop the Glorious Pathway, pop the Vengeance, and just walk out of there uncontested. We do have this Lord.
Both teams doing pretty well for themselves. It's just objectively, Team Xeno are a bit behind.
Yep, the Glorious Pathway already used up in the top side as the rest of Roundtable do go in the order already used up. As the Zamin force does come in, Roger with the Lightning Palm secures the kill onto the Matilda. But in that process, we do see that the Lunox is taken out by the Harith, and the Arlet falls to the hands of the CC. But look at the CC, she's just doing her job, being a little bit more aggressive here, forcing the Hylos and the rest of Roundtable off this entire pace. But they do lose an inhibitor in the process.
Yeah, that Zushin with that CC on Arlot, making sure Arlot does not get any skills down. That Zushin has been very crucial to their team fights.
Yup, that Zushin is denying quite a bit, especially from the Hylos and the Roger. She can just pick them up and toss them wherever she wants. Just reposition them in team fights.
Ooh. What is the delay in stream? I think so. The stream is up, guys. I do not see any problems with the stream currently, so maybe that has been resolved. Also, there is some quarrel going on between two lovers in the chat. I do not know what the lore is between that, but yeah.
Well, chat's lore will remain as chat's lore, as we do have both teams now finally respecting each other and playing it a little bit more safe as the damage starts to rack up for the side of Xenomorphs. Roundtable can't afford to make that mistake again.
Roundtable do have a Roger as the marksman, whereas on the other side, they do not have a dedicated marksman. So if this game goes into late game, I do not think Xenomorph will have a pleasant time.
I mean, with that Harith pickup, they have the potential to do pretty well in team fights. But when it comes to push condition, they have to go for like one full straight-on push. As the Fanny jumps into 5 members insanely, is able to skillfully maneuver out of that, just baits out a lot of ultimates, the Crimson Beacon and the... Well, actually a lot of the ultimates, the Circling Eagle, Crimson Beacon, and the Zamin Force all used up from the side of Xenomorphs. Arlet going back... Still has the final slash, already uses up over there as Alpha is the first to fall and he picks that kill up. Will there be a re-engage here? The Zamin Force does come in. Matilda surviving by a sliver as the Lord is picked up by Roundtable.
Yeah, the Flask of Voice is coming in clutch for Matilda to make sure she does not end up going down. So yeah. But it seems like Roundtable are trying to end this ASAP as they do secure the second Lord, I believe, of the game.
This is an enhanced 12-minute Lord, so it's going to hit harder. And the minions on the other lanes will also be pretty much a nuisance for the side of Xenomorphs. Let's see if they are able to defend this Lord push.
I do not think Team Roundtable can end this currently until unless they somehow get their hands on Zushin first. I do not see this being GG's, as it seems like they have a different objective.
Yeah, their objective is probably that CC as the curtain call is doing quite a bit, but the Fanny coming in skillfully takes out the Harriet in the process, and that's a crucial member for the side of Xenomorphs for this defense. But it seems like they're doing well without him, as another wave crashes down the mid inhibitor. That might be just another take as the final slash is available, gets three people out there. The vengeance is popped in by the Zushin as well, but it's not enough to keep her alive. She is able to survive by a little bit over there, as Fanny does take down quite a bit of members. But during that team fight, Roger just locking down the pace.
That was beautiful. Alt coming in from Arlot, literally swiping their hopes of a comeback. GG's. It seems like Roundtable are moving on to the next round of this tournament.
Yep. I hope all of you enjoyed, as we will see you in the next match tonight between the two teams that are remaining, Tempest Esports and Dark Zones.
GG's to both the teams.
Tonight. Yep.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes now. Big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes now. Big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Welcome everyone to Obscura Showdown Season 3. The stage is set, the teams are ready, and the battle for supremacy begins now. Brace yourself for a relentless showdown where only the fiercest will conquer and reign supreme.
This marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes now. Big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Banning.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. I'm your host for tonight. It's me, Juventus, with my good friend here.
Hello,
Butterfly
guys.
is
It's Gig
born
Hazard
by thy
here.
wish.
Is
So
banning.
today I
By
not
lantern
second
light.
host. As
You are a good friend. As
My
we
mission is to
to
protect
tonight's
lives.
matches.
Banning.
The first match has been settled. Roundtable will be moving up in the format, as right now we do have the second teams that are over here: Tempest Esports and Dark Zone. Tempest Esports are your blue, and Dark Zone are on the red side. So,
I will
Gig,
protect
let
you.
us enter the draft. Why don't we?
Is banning.
Yeah, it seems like a very standard ban other from the one tank ban coming in from Team Tempest. That is not standard, that being Lolita. I think so. You think Lolita is going to be banned more in this tournament?
Well, I guess they just fear a good Lolita player because Lolita does counter up a Julian, so they might have a Julian being packed up in their kit, in their composition. So let's see what Team Tempest is going to do over here as we do enter the last ban coming in.
Is banning.
So, guys,
That
if you
is the
are
Mixer.
new to the channel, do like and subscribe. And we are on Instagram and Discord too. Do follow us there to stay notified about such upcoming matches and also entertaining
Your team is picking.
stuff.
Of imprisonment.
Stuff, indeed. Well, since we're talking about entertaining stuff, let's talk about the entertainment coming in from the Teresla already getting picked up for the EXP lane of Tempest. Again, a very strong hero, especially
the
this
Ruby.
meta.
Hunt begins.
Yeah, Ruby pick as we say that. As soon as we say that, wow, 1,000 IQs. Anyway, very humble coming in from me. But yeah, Ruby did give a terrible time to Tesla in the previous matchup. So let's see if they can do it again.
Yep, and another hero that did really well with the penalty zone was the Valentina as Dark Zones. They do pick that up.
I would love to see two penalty zones coming out and them having a brawl. That would be fun to watch.
You know, the most entertaining things I've seen with the Valentina is the double dragons.
It's the
It's
proof that I'm still
seeing
alive.
Zhong dragon forms flying in the air as the rest of the teams just fight. That's too fun.
Very anime-esque, right?
Indeed. Now, coming back into the match, we do have the Brody already getting picked up pretty early for a goal lane secure, especially something like the Brody.
We'll find a
Whereas
way.
we do see another
Even
mage
your
getting
team
taken
will
up, with that being the Valentina for the side of Tempest. Sorry, the Vexana, my bad. For the side of Tempest, the Valentina is
Yeah.
on the side of Dark Soul.
I see a lot of support coming in the chat for Team Tempest, but not a lot for Team Dark Zone. So if you are a fan of Team Dark Zone, do represent and show your support to your team in the chat.
Yup, as we do enter the last pick that Dark Zone have to decide upon. And, well, they take out the gold lane of their own in that Beatrix. Now, looking at both drafts, they are pretty fair, as both sides have selected an EXP. A little bit of a flex with that Ruby. Both teams have selected the mages and their gold lanes.
Yeah, it seems like both do have equal amount of crowd control. Especially with that Valentina, anything can happen.
Sir, what's your command?
They do
Your
ban out the
team
Fanny
is
this time.
banning.
They do take out that Fanny. They do not want to go up against such high mobility heroes, but the Ling and the Hayabusa are still up. So there is that potential of us seeing that.
Yeah,
But I
Vexana
still-
also a hero that has been picked. I think so. more than the ultimate, it is the deadly grasp that has been causing problems for the other team.
Your team is banning.
That is true. The grasp of death is such a good skill, especially with the not necessarily the stun, but the immobilize that can come out and can disrupt entire
Your
fights.
team is banning.
Yeah, it is a somewhat of an area CC AoE CC. So yeah, it can just make the whole team immobile for around a second. So that is a lot, especially with the
As
low
we
cooldown.
It's a pretty low cooldown skill as well, but enough praise of that as we do enter the last few picks coming in. We did see the Julian and the Hayabusa gets taken off. So that's mostly leaving the link open. Let's see whether or not Dark's on decide to pick it up.
Still hyperpicks left for both sides. So it's going to be Link. Yeah, it is going to be Link. But I think so that was a swap or something of a kind. Ling has been a very terrifying hero in the tournament. Every Ling player has shown how capable that hero is. Terrifying for the backline. It's going to be a difficult game for Broody. Does need to make sure he does not overextend.
Yeah, but a good roam being picked up for this side of Tempest as they do take the Tigreal, and the Tig is really good, especially with that implosion being auto casted. You can catch off the link as soon as it gets out of the Tempest of Blades. So also the Tig can have that comeback potential as we do wait for the jungler getting picked up for Tempest Esports.
On the edge.
Yeah, also Nolan pick a lot of burst damage. Both teams making sure the enemy backline is threatened by those hyper picks.
Yep, we are now waiting for either an EXP, but it seems like they're going for a roam over here. We'll have to wait and see what roam Dark Zone really want to pick up as we head into this match.
Is my craft. Diggy is my name.
They do want to cancel out the CC coming in from the side of Tempest as they pick up the Tiggy.
Yeah, I think so. That is a very good pick coming in, especially because they did let the enemy team have a Tigreal. So a Diggy is the most logical thing to do after that. But especially it does bring up the durability of the whole team up, especially for a hero like Beatrix, who is pretty squishy. That does help out Beatrix a lot. Also does counter the Vexana too, so and all in all, a very good pick.
All right, with that, both teams have locked in their drafts for this match number 2, game number 1 of Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista. Welcome everyone in chat. I hope everybody is excited. Remember to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on to stay tuned for further showdowns as we enter the match as both teams start from the red buff.
Yeah, Ling is most probably going to be in the lead, as we have seen in most matches. Will get most of his jungling done before 2 minutes.
Let's see, but the Nolans also has a pretty decent jungle player, so we have to see whether or not the teams are able to utilize the rest of the heroes. As we already see the Diggy getting pretty low while trying to help leash that blue buff. Look at that, the Nolan coming in pretty deep as the Ling is able to secure the retribution onto that blue buff. So it forces the rest of Team Tempest back and also delays that Nolan's farm.
Yeah, a bit of a risky play coming in, but yeah, this is what we expect from both the teams as draft-wise they are pretty equal. A bit of a hiccup for Tempest, but I think so they will recover easily from it. As
we do
Letho coming in, but it seems like the Letho will go to the side of Dark Zone as Ling there to secure that.
Meanwhile, on the top side, we do see that the Teresla is putting out that damage onto the Ruby. He is lacking behind in EXP. The Ruby doing a very good job at zoning away Dresla. So it seems like we might have the I'm offended before the penalty zone, as the turtle does spawn up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, Ling doing a little slightly better. It seems like Ruby does get caught, but will be able to go back. There is there to help them out, but it seems like Ruby does go down to that. Then Ling is also dashing around, trying to get a kill, but it seems like he does get a kill. Does go down to Vexana at last, but does secure a kill on the Hyper.
Yep, the Curse Blast does unexpected huge amounts of damage over there. A little bit of a misstep, I'd say, because the Rupee was already pretty low and the Teresla was able to pick that kill up. But it is a jungler for a jungler trade, as the turtle is still sitting there comfortably, looking at the rest of the Land of Dawn.
Very close match coming this time. It seems like Diggy is scouting out the enemy jungle.
And in the bot side, we do say that the Benedetta, the Beatrix is there. The Nibiru's Passion is able to secure the kill onto the Brody, unable to actually use the Tornapart memory and fight back, as it seems like the rest of Dark Zone try to secure this turtle.
A free total, I think, if Nolan is not there to drop that retribution. Yeah, the Diggy the Diggy skills making sure Nolan is not there on time. You do have to remember that does also cause slowdowns to the enemy, whichever is affected by that skill.
Yep, the Diggy's bombs are doing pretty good, especially when it comes to scouting and zoning away the rest of the team, as we might see a little bit of a gank getting set up in the spot side. The Beatrix does have Renner out, so she's just playing it a little bit safe. Vexana secures that gold crab with the deathly grasp.
Team Rushin, team does need to make Team Tempest, sorry, does need to be very careful of Diggy, especially because they do have a lot of burst potential, and Diggy does trap you with her reverse time.
Well, I'm not sure whether Diggy is a her or a him. I'm not going to gender a bird, but he does go down pretty low, as to recall over there. But it's not that detrimental, as it seems like Team Tempest are backing off just a little bit from this gold lane.
Yeah, it seems like they are, but they need to help their marksman more, as he is being outplayed a bit. But a kill would help their marksman right back on track. As we see, kind of a gank brewing up in the top lane. I think the Ling has been spotted out by. It seems like Nolan is going to get caught. Does he go down? I think it's going to go down. Yeah, it does go down. Penalty zone there, but a bit too late. Will he be able to secure a kill? A lot of damage coming in, but not enough to secure a kill. But a very, very, very ballsy play. A 4v1 sustained out.
But in the bot side, immediately the Beatrix with the flicker and the Renner's apathy able to clear off that wave, denying a pick off from the side of Tempest in the bot side.
That Teresla is terrifying. A lot of sustain. 4v5 almost turned the fight around. So yeah, that was scary.
In the mid side, we did see that the Ling did jump onto the Vexana, but she does have the Deathly Grasp to just get away from that pretty easily, as both teams do get into position to secure the turtle. Seems like Darkmoon are in a better situation.
Yeah, especially with that tag reel flicker already used for an escape.
Yep, Ling is able to secure. Will they be going in for a retake?
No, I don't think so. They should. If they do, they are going to pay heavily until and unless they have something special in their mind. Especially the problem with tag reel is his mobility. So without that flicker, that ultimate is pretty hard to land.
Yep, as we do see that the Diggy does spot out the Brody in the rotation, going bot. Meanwhile, in the top side, we do see that the Ruby and the Teresla, they're just trading hits at this point, trading EXP, seeing who can farm up faster for their team. As the Ling just moves around the map, scouts out the rest of the members from the side of Tempest, as 3 members collapse onto the Brody. Ooh, the Brody getting pulled back by the Diggy does fall. That's a wasted flicker as well. Little
Yeah.
too early, I'd say. Or
I did say the reverse time is going to be an issue for the enemy team, as they do have a lot of burst coming in. So they need to make sure they are not close to Diggy when they are playing a risky play. As they
Look at
might get
Nolan.
caught. It seems like they are going to get caught as well. Again, Nolan not being able to dish out the damage, as the reverse time does pull him back, saving the Beatrix.
Yep, the fracture does come out, but it's not enough to actually secure any kills right now. The Diggy does have the time's journey still, as the Eternal Guard already used up from the Vexana Milo, and on the top side, the Teresla does fall, but it seems like the Bennett's Rage is enough to clear off this bot side, keeping it still healthy as the first turret falls in the top lane. Meanwhile, we might have a fight over there as the Ruby gets pretty low. Will the Nolan be able to pick this up?
Whoa! That was close. That was close.
Is he able to get out? The Ling is there to try and pick off this Nolan. Gets pretty low. The fracture almost securing the Ling in the process, but he is able to take down the jungler for a third time this match. Vinny not having a good game on this Nolan.
I think so Ruby could have secured that kill without Ling too. The enemy creeps over walking up. If he had dashed a bit towards the enemy side, he could have had enough lifesteal to sustain himself against Nolan.
Yep, now we do see that the first Lord has spawned up. Let's see what Dark Zone have in store. It seems like the mid turret has also fallen for the side of Tempest. As Tempest Esports really now need to start thinking of a game plan. There's not been really much good implosions coming in from the take. There's not been good good penalty zones from the
Rudy will go down, does he know? He is able to get out of that tight spot. Ling almost getting knocked down because of that turret damage. It seems like a fight is going to ensue. Are they aware of that Broody in that jungle? It is Diggy scouting the enemy. Currently, both teams do have that ultimate, but I think so. Yeah, Tigreal will not pop his ultimate, as it will go down to waste. As Diggy is present, I think so. The Diggy's rotation has been on spot. I have not seen Tigreal use his ultimate even once in this game.
Yup, and with that, they do secure the bot turret as well as all the tier 1s fall for the side of Tempest. Might see the Ling has already started up the Lord, but Nolan in a good position might catch this Ruby off. Still waits if he wants to secure this objective first, as Ruby has other plans. The penalty zone does come out, but the Ling does secure the kill onto the Lord, as Benedetta getting a double kill over there. Diggy does secure the kill onto the Teresla, as another 3 implosion onto one member is not enough. Beatrix does get taken out by the Teresla, but it seems like that's 5 members down for the side of Tempest Esports, as Dark Zone really do well in that team fight.
Yeah, respect to that play coming in from Beatrix. Did know he was going to go down. No matter what, does help to secure that kill, as they get close to the inhibitor turret now. With that Lord still walking up, but it seems like they're going to let that Lord be.
Yeah, that is just a 10-minute Lord, so it's not that crucial for them to go push out. As the Valentina does move forward, steal away the penalty zone, and run away.
Going for that ultimate is the choice. I could have taken the Vexana ulti as well, but does choose to take the penalty zone.
Well, the penalty zone is a combination of the implosion and the Eternal Guard, so it's got the damage, it's got the control, so it's an overall the best ultimate, I'd say, that the Valentina can steal away with the IMU. But now it seems like the rest of the resources getting drained a little bit from Tempest.
Sadly, yes, it seems like Tempest are slowly, but they are losing the kind of level they had. It seems like they are on the back foot currently on gold as well. So yeah, it is going to be an issue if they do not make a comeback. The DG has been very good. The Tigreal being almost useless in this game, just another body to be thrown to soak up the damage. That has been Tigreal the whole game.
Yep, a good sandbag over there. But the Ling gets pushed back. The Tempest of Zone does come out. Will the implosion be used up? Nope, it does not. The Time's Journey was aggressively used over there. There were multiple penalty zones coming in, but it seems like the Diggy is the first to fall in that skirmish.
Whoa!
A good implosion, but the Beatrix is there with the Nibiru just doing quite a bit of damage. Thrown apart memory, not enough to do much damage in that team fight as Ling does take down the Brody, sending the rest of Tempest on the run. Look at the Ruby. She's just zoning away the rest of the members from Tempest Esports.
It does need to be careful of the grasp that can come out any minute from Vexana.
This is a Lord spawning up very soon as Dark Zone immediately jump on this opportunity to secure this. Again, with the Diggy, even though he's taken out, he can still provide a lot of vision. So even with him dead, it's pretty advantageous for the team that has him. So he can provide a lot of vision for the rest of
a lot to do for Nolan, especially since who does he go for? If he does go for the DK, the marksman and mage are there. If he does go for the marksman, DK is there to make sure he stays alive. Not a fun game for Nolan.
Indeed. Good drafts coming in from Dark Zone as we do see that the Lord is there. The Rentner's actually does connect onto Teresa, but he is pretty tanky as this 12-minute Lord does go down pretty quick as no inhibitors taken right now.
Oh, look at that Ruby in a tight spot. Will he go down? I think so. He is going to go down. A lot of bursts coming in. A no lifesteal activation for Ruby. It seems like he is going to go down. Penalty zone coming in, but not enough. Ruby flickers out. Another fight ensuing in the base as Ling does take the Vexana down. Tigreal there to help secure that kill, but digging in there with that shield. A beautiful ulti coming in as Valentina does get the ulti down, but no one to follow through. Nolan there trying to secure a kill on the Diggy. Beatrix there to divert that damage. Another ultimate on the Ruby, quite a bit of down. A beautiful ulti down from Teresa, but from Tigreal, sadly, but no one there to follow through. His team far away, running away to make sure that base is safe and cozy.
A little bit of an overextension, I say, from the side of Dark Zone as Tempest immediately jump on that opportunity and secure a few good pickoffs over there.
I think so. Tigreal was very excited to drop his ultimate finally, and that is why the overextension as well. Diggy had used up his ultimate, so I think so. That was why mentally he did want to do it for himself as well.
Yeah, it's true. Getting back that mental is very important, especially in games like these. As we do see now, Tempest able to make a little bit of leverage with that slight win that they got.
That Valentina was beautiful to watch. Did get 2 ultimates down, but sadly his team was not there to follow through. Did you see that ultimate? Did you see that Tigreal ultimate coming in from Valentina? That was beautiful to watch.
Exactly, a 3-man implosion. If the Beatrix was there, that could have be a turnaround and a wipeout, possibly. Again, we have to see how the match goes on, as this is another Lord spawning in 10 seconds. And it seems like Dark Zone, they are in the zone right now.
Yeah, it seems like they will get the Lord for free, as the Nolan is down in the bottom jungle, just clearing out lanes, trying to split push. And his team is there in the jungle ready for an overstep, but no overstep coming in from team Dark Zone as Tempest left there watching. as the Lord goes to the other side.
Yep. Did you see those bunny rabbits, the atomic bombs from Diggy just run after Dig, just chunking his elf a little bit? It's always fun to watch. That's why I love this Diggy skin, you know? It's just, you just see bunny rabbits run at you and then you realize, oh no, my HP is gone.
Yeah, a huge man in full armor running away from bunnies. Fun to watch.
Sounds like a plot line I've seen somewhere. I'm not sure. But now we do see that the Lord has started marching down into the base of Tempest Esports. Will they be able to secure the teams that the Ruby is trying to get into position, try and catch people off here? The I'm offended used up onto the Teresa. Teresa jumping into the backline and the Time's Journey is able to keep the team alive. But the Tempest of Blades does come out. Now look at this, the Valentina gets secured by the Teresa, and it seems like the rest of Dark Zone are forced to retreat. They got 2 inhibitors, and they're happy with it, but it seems like Tempest, they are in hot pursuit. They might try to end this pretty quick right here.
Yeah,
Look at the
get back. The Diggy ultimate already used. Oh my god, look at that. That was close. Tigreal almost landing his ultimate. Ruby with her ultimate does get that down. It seems like all the teams are just falling down. Both backlines do fall down. It
Look at the
seems
thing.
like League barely surviving.
But Ruby does have the ammo fin, can go aggressive against. Now the Teresa are getting pretty low. That's 2 ultimates already used up in that team fight that we just saw over there from the Teresa as well. Now in the backside, we do see that the Deathly Grasp catches the Ling, but it's not enough to keep the Vexana alive. As Teresa trying to do something over there, trying to zone away the rest of the members, but it's not enough. As Ling secures the blue buff and gets out away from the big man with the hammer.
Terizla just jumping around everywhere, trying to do everything alone. Sadly, does lose his teammate. Does see the buff being taken away as well, as the other team just walk out of that.
Yep. Now there is only one inhibitor that also very low HP in the top side for the side of Tempest Esports. And I think so
not
that's
coming online. Match. Not being to not able to make any impact in this game. I think so. His KD to reflect that 153. I think so. It is his positioning, or is it just that the Ling is too good? What do you think about that?
I feel like he's getting caught off, especially by there's a lot of things that he needs to be worried about. The stolen penalty zone from the Valentina, the I'm offended from the Ruby, and also the Ling entire kit. So he has to really think twice before walking up for these team fights. That's what's making him a little bit slow in that positioning. As we do see the Lord gets taken up for the 3rd time by Dark Zone.
That DG has been a nuisance for Tempest, as he does like zone out everyone from the other side pretty easily. They should have banned the Diggy if they were going for the Terizla, Tigreal pick. It seems they are regretting this currently.
Yep, as the Lord, this is a 20-minute Lord that's walking down. If the teams start walking up, this is going to be very tanky. Now the Ruby is in position trying to get an I'm offended, but in the backside we do see that Ling does have the Tempest of Blades. That gets the Vexana first. As we do see that the penalty zone does come out, but the Time's Journey is there. A 3-man implosion already secured over there. A double kill for the Ling as he focuses down the base. Brody does go down, but that is game number 1 going to the side of Dark Zone.
Yeah, the Beatrix with her final ultimate, nailing the last nail on the coffin for Team Tempest as they lose the first match.
Nation, this marks the end of Obscura Showdown Season 2. Big shout out to the Fusion Vibes fam, big shout out to Crank. Fun. We'll catch you next time. Till then.
Your team is banning.
Welcome back, everyone, to Obscura Showdown Season 3, powered by Vista. This is day number 5 and matchup number 2 between Dark Zone and Tempest. Dark Zone take the lead with the first victory against Tempest. Well, will Tempest be able to make a comeback in this game?
Horology is my
As you
craft.
see that,
Diggy
let's
is my
move
name.
into the game, shall we, Quentin?
Yup, but first of all, remember, guys, to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on so that you guys don't miss out on future Obscura showdowns that are coming up. We've got a lot more teams to go before we enter that grand final for that sweet prize of 18,000 diamonds. And without any further ado, let's enter this draft phase that's coming out. We do see
Your team
a
is
few
banning.
interesting bands, especially with that Diggy, but besides that, we do have standard bans that we saw in the first phase, the Hylos and the Zask being banned out by Dark Zones, as well as the Lolita from Tempest Esports.
A lot of support for Tempest still there in the chat, guys. We see you, and we don't see a lot of support for Dark Zone. Just one or two do support your team in the chat, guys. Let's see more activity in the chat. And as I say that, the like count for this stream has been pretty low, even though it has been a very action.
I didn't
Uh,
cure the pain.
there has been a lot of action and has been very, very fun to watch, guys. Do like the stream as well. That does help us and encourage us with more content, guys.
Yup. But now we do see the first pick was from Dark Zone, and they did a very smart thing banning out the Tig, and slight error from Tempest as they do take out the Valentina, but leaving the Zushin open is pretty detrimental as Tempest do pick up the Ruby.
Yeah, the link is still open for
Always on
pick,
the way.
but it seems like they do not go for that play currently.
I see lots of prey.
They do take up Hilda in the process, and whereas for the side of Zone, they do have the Roger immediately taken up. This Roger does not fear that Ruby, especially since there's a Zushin to back him up and just take care of the rest.
Also with that, those picks, yeah, the Zushin and the Roger pick is going to be pretty scary. Also, the Ruby is going to be CC'd a lot, it seems. The Matilda pick there to help her out, but I don't know how much help that will be.
Soon be your burial ground.
Did I hear that right? Was that the homeland man himself? Was that Mr. Philippines? It was Lapu Lapu being taken up by EXP Gap or the
Yeah,
side
we
of Dark Souls.
We
Yeah.
do love to see a Lapu Lapu, a very game-changing hero,
Your team
very,
is
very
banned.
self-sufficient. Let's see if he will be tested in the EXP lane by Ruby. We have not seen this matchup yet in this tournament.
Yep, as Tempest, they do round up their first phase of the draft with a Hayabusa pickup, as they ban out the Ling instead.
It's our
Your team
showtime.
is banning.
Yeah, the hyper pick still open for Dark Zone, and their ling was devastating previously for the other team. So yeah, if they do ban it out as soon as I say that. Oh,
that is-
Caster's Curse. Anyway.
Oh, the Caster's Curse. Will it happen tonight? We haven't had the Caster's Curse yet, so here's hoping to one night where the Caster's Curse does not happen. But I feel like with the Belric also being banned out, it seems like they want to go for a DPS main, DPS marksman.
Your team
Whereas
is
there
banning.
is the Faramis being banned out full set Dark Zone.
is to trick the Reaper.
Both picks very interesting coming in, as it seems like Tempest are thinking, what marksman should they go? Especially with that Roger present, it has to be a self-sufficient marksman.
Yes, indeed,
Hey,
and
here's the
self-sufficient
proof that I'm still
indeed.
alive.
We have Brody, the man himself, again getting taken up by Tempest Esports as they want to let this Brody shine this game around.
Ooh, okay. Interesting. Interesting options for Dark Zone currently.
They are showing quite interesting options, especially with that Akai. It would be interesting to see an Akai jungle in this round, as the Kaja does get picked up as well. So that is the Kaja Akai coming in from Dark Zones, and this Rogers going to goal lane.
A lot of zoning potential coming in from Dark Zone this time. A lot of CC. And yeah, I mean, they did themselves ban the Diggy out, so it seems they did dig their own grave, as they do go for a Valir pick. Does have CC immunity with that alt, a Purify in that alt, but let's see what happens. So much CC coming from Dark Zone this game.
That is true compared to last game. They have the potential to start up fights and change things up. Whereas, well, for the side of Tempest, they do have the ability to give them a little bit of leverage. So let's see what happens as both teams secure their buffs. We enter the last match of Obscura Showdown Season 3, game number 2, between Dark Zone and Tempest Esports. Dark Zone already leading the game by 1.
Yeah, guys, if they want to make a comeback, this is the match for Tempest, or they will be knocked out of this Obscura Showdown Season 3.
Yep, we do see that both teams do begin their rotation from the gold side of the river.
Yeah, they do go for the red buff, it seems, an interesting choice. They do need to help out the Panda, especially since he does not have a lot of damage to just clean up his jungle faster.
Well, we have to see who's going to jungle faster, the Hayabusa or Akai, as it seems like the early game might go to the side of Tempest for just a little bit, as they do have that Valir early, but in the same case, the Retribution from the Akai secures the lethal, and that's a neutral objective already taken off the board.
Yeah, the high HP pool does help with the Retribution for tank hypers. So that was expected.
We did see that the Roger does go down, but the Brody is also left very low. The Roger also
a bit of an overextension coming in from Roger diving into the turret in 1 minute, under 1 minute 30 seconds. You're right. Not a lot of durability and a very ballsy play, but he does pay for it.
We have a huge fight breaking out as the Valir is able to secure 1 kill over there. Hayabusa does take that up, as that's a double kill for the Haya. The Matilda surviving by just an inch, and the flame shot from the Valir secures the kill onto the Kaja as well. This seems like a better matchup for Tempest Esports.
Tempest doing brilliant in that. Everyone surviving, even though I thought Dark Zone would secure at least 1 kill. They get nothing out of it.
Yep, the Lapu did not have the bravest fighter. Neither did the Akai have the heavy spin, so it was pretty difficult to go in for the engage. But this time around, it seems like Dark Zone, they want to get back into that zone and secure this turtle. Let's see if Tempest are going to let them have it. A little bit of a contest over here as the Hayabusa gets knocked up. The heavy spin does come out, but it is not able to lock down the Hayabusa, as that's a retribution securing the turtle. This might be a turnaround as the Kaja is taken out. The Lapu Lapu does take down Ruby, but is pretty low as the Hayabusa is on the chase. The Akai also getting tossed back by the Zushin, but the Akai is able to secure the kill onto the Matilda. That is a killing spree for the Hayabusa, whereas the Zushin gets pretty low over there. Brody is able to get that double kill. And that might also turn into a steal for the Hayabusa, but no, he is happy with how that entire interaction turned out.
I love this Tempest. They are using their skills very. I mean, the skills are on point. Using not even wasting one bit of a skill. And I mean, mana wise, they are being able to sustain the amount of skill usage they have. Also in team fights, they are being punished more. Team Dark Zone for small missteps, even though it is Team Tempest doing the overextension.
Yep, meanwhile in the bot side, we do see that the Raja gets caught off from the Circling Eagle and the Tornapart Memory lives by a sliver of HP. Is able to recall out of that.
Ooh, I think so. Matilda has been crucial to their fights. The guiding wind, which does give the shield, helping them out with that sustainability. It seems like Akai is caught, but Zushin there. As Broody does secure the kill on Akai, will they be able to make it out? But no, Kaja is there to pull Valir this time, making sure they pay the price of being adventurous into the enemy turret.
Yep, and on the offside, we did see that Lapu get caught a solo kill onto the Ruby. And as you were saying earlier, Dark Zone, they need to be very careful with how they actually position themselves because they are very dependent on their skills. And without the skill usage, Tempest, they can just come in and sweep up, clean up the match. Yep, we do have the Lord take coming over here. Will the Hayabusa be able to secure this? There is the dash coming in. The Akai is away from the turtle. The Hayabusa secures the second turtle of the game as we might see a re-engage. The Braves fighter already used up as the Brody's Tornapart Memory is taken up. The I'm Offended does pull back the Akai on the heavy spin, but the Brody gets the double kill. Matilda able to secure the Kaja in the backside as the Roger might be going down over here. A triple kill for the Brody. Very good this time around for Team Tempest.
I think the problem for Dark Zone is the damage output in whole from the team is pretty less, so that is why they're losing team fights.
Yup, indeed, and also that they are not able to actually initiate fights. They've got the initiation comp with the Divine Judgment, with the Crimson Beacon and the Heavy Spin, but the Akai is not able to get into position to get such actual pickoffs.
Look at that. It seems like Lapu is about to go down. Yes, does go down to that Valir. Seems like they are trying to engage this time, trying to be more brave. Akai with the spin, but does not catch anyone. It seems like, yeah, another kill for Team Tempest as Hayabusa just dashes out of that tight situation. I thought he was going to lose his life. It seems like Ruby does jump in, does get the CC down. Does he have an ultimate? No, he does not, as Matilda does dive in. Ruby does also dash in, but it seems like Matilda does pay the price with her life. Ruby trying to get a kill on the Akai. Will it be enough? No, Hayabusa there to make sure the kill is secured. Lapu still fighting on alone. Seems like Roger has joined the fight and does get a kill on the Valir. Ruby also paying dearly, but just managed to get out of that. Zushin helping the Ruby out a bit, it seems. But Roger there trying to secure a kill. Hayabusa there again to help out his team. It seems like Dark Zone are backing off from that. That was a mistake from Zushin.
There was a slight bit of miscommunication as the Zushin really does help out the Ruby escape from the clutches of the Lycan himself. And with that, I think so the Ruby does survive. And Tempest Esports this time around, they are looking to start up this turtle. But it seems like Hayabusa has other plans, securing the blue first.
Yeah, Guiding Wind has been very helpful for the Ruby to dash into team fights. That is one of the issues with Ruby, low mobility when it comes to movement speed, pure movement speed, as it seems like a blue is being contested, but it does go to the side of Dark Zone. it seems like another team fight is brewing, and it seems like Kaja is caught, but does manage to get away. Akai with the spin does get the Matilda, but it seems like Matilda, that is not a problem for Matilda at all. Ruby does get his skill down, caught someone. It seems like Matilda is going to use her ultimate. Will it be enough? But no, Matilda does go down to Zushin as well. Ruby very low does go down too. It seems like it is a turnaround coming in. Volley does go down too as well. A double kill for Akai, and Hayabusa just needs to back out of that sadly as he sees all his teammates fall. Seems like Lapu Lapu is thirsty for another kill, but it seems like an easy escape this time for Hayabusa.
Yep, Dark Zones do play that out pretty well, even though the Akai is unable to get those perfect pins. He is able to secure for the rest of his team, as there might be another fight in this third pit as the quad shadow kill does come out, securing the kill with the Sky Piercer. That's a double kill for the Hayabusa, as Akai gets it into the Lord pit, but is taken out from the Sky Piercer passive. The Lord going over to the side of Tempest Esports.
I mean, Zushin did survive that, almost a team wipe. But I mean, you could count that as a team wipe, as Zushin was forced to retreat into her base. As Matilda does dive in, uses the ultimate. It seems like Ruby does get in as well. Is caught by Kaja. Sorry, it was Valir, as Valir does go down under the turret of the enemy. A bit of an overextension coming in from Valir. You do need to be very careful, as Matilda does have that escape. The guiding wind is a very risky proposition for anyone. Seems
But
like
the
Hayabusa
Hayabusa
does get a kill and does get out of that.
The Sky Piercer stacks are finally pulling back in, as this Lord does do quite a number onto this mid turret. The Brody securing that first inhibitor for the side of Dark Zone. But look at that, the heavy spin onto the Akai. Is he able to secure the Matilda? No, he's not. But Zushin is able to follow up and pick that kill up, as Brody, with the Tonapath memory, does not secure the kill onto anyone, but the Divine Judgment on the Brody is able to do quite a bit of damage. The Lycan Pounce brings the Roger pretty far back, able to get the shutdown onto the Hayabusa, as the Zushin pulls back the Ruby, coming in with the Crimson Beacon, but the Brody doing
damage.
Lycan Pounce coming in again, but the Roger does not have enough damage. He gets pretty low. He gets taken out by the Ruby instead. A slight bit of overextension coming in from Roger.
Yeah, Roger did not pick Purify, has picked the Flicker instead. And yeah, an extension like that with the Flicker is a bit risky coming in from that play.
Overall, even though that team fight went a little bit sloppy for the side of Tempest Esports, Dark Zone, they are still in the back foot.
They are very dependent on the Roger and the Lapu Lapu for the damage output. Zushin does do damage, but I don't think that it makes a huge difference overall. The CC is what the Zushin is picked for.
Yep, that is true. It's just to annoy the frontliners. And with the Hayabusa being present, the Zushin is in constant fear of actually getting caught off. As we might see another teamfight break out over here, as the Ruby is in position, does not use the I'm Offended right now. This is a wave getting pushed in for the side of Dark Zone, and the Brody does go up. The top inhibitor, one hit, does get taken out. The Zushin trying to get her butterfly stacks onto the Ruby, but is unable to pull her back, as this is a Lord getting spawned up over here. Second Lord.
The looks of it, we might enter a third match this time in this matchup. Have we seen a third match?
Yeah, we have seen a few third matches come out in this showdown. But tonight we might see that happen here too, as this is a 12-minute Lord over to the side of Tempest Esports.
Yeah, I think so. They're gonna struggle with that, especially because they lack the damage output necessary to bring the Lord down fast. which is necessary as they do not have inhibitor turrets in the top and the mid lane.
Yep. Now look at this positioning. The scout able to scout out the rest of Team Tempest in the red side buff, so that Kaja is forced to just retreat away. Now the Lord is marching down mid side as both side lanes are synced in, waiting for this fight to break out. The Hayabusa might get the kill onto the Zushin over there. The Zushin already popping the Aegis and the Crimson Beacon, able to keep herself alive. Now the Lord marching down this mid. The Brody does try to get the turret. The Tonopata in memory does come out, securing the kill onto Kaja as the rest of Team Tempest try to secure down this.
Lord is chunking on that core as the core does go down. GG's as we move on to match 3 between Tempest and Dark Zone, guys. That was a comeback match coming in from Tempest, as we will see you in the third match very soon.
Your team is banning.
Welcome back, guys, to Obscura Showdown Season 3, match number 2 between Dark Zone and Tempest Esports. We had an exciting game 2 as Tempest Esports are able to even the field. And now both teams are at match point at 1-1. We have Tempest on the blue side and Dark Zone on the red. And tonight it's me, Qventon, and Gig Hazard for the final match of this night.
I didn't cure it.
Yeah, guys, an exciting play coming from both teams as both teams secure 1 victory each in this best of 3. This is the decider. Both teams need this victory to move on to the next round. Let's see who moves on and who says bye bye to the 18,000 diamond pool prize.
Yup, guys, and if you haven't already, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and stay alert for any future matches that might be coming around. All right, with that, I think so we can jump straight into the bans, as we do see that the Lolita and the Valentina is already banned out from Tempest, whereas the Matilda and the Hylos are taken out for the side of Dark Zone.
A Ling band not present yet. I think so. If I were Tempest, Ling band would be next. And yeah, yes, the Ling band does come in, and a respect to the band coming in from Dark Zone.
Yep, but that does leave Zask open, and we haven't seen Zask yet in the Obscura Showdown. Maybe we might see it over here. Well, I mean, we are definitely going to see it over here, so we can gauge the performance that this mage that has been destroying our ranked games can do. As we might see, yeah, the Rog is already picked up.
I love that skin on Farsa. Never seen that, to be honest. But yeah, lovely skin.
Interesting.
Do you think Farsa does well against the Zask pick? Yep, as we see a Tesla pick coming in.
Of imprisonment.
That reach, especially a Farsa, might be a little too early. And especially with Teresla open, why not, right?
Yeah,
May the blood of my
I don't know
enemies
how
flow from my
good
spear.
Roger will do against a Zask. And we see a Mincetar pick as well. So currently, I feel Tempest has the better pick.
Yup, the Minster and the Sask, two heroes that you wouldn't really think
Chivalry
about,
is
but have
dead,
been making
and I
huge
will revive
waves
it.
in the MOBA scene. As we do have the Clint getting picked up as well to round up the draft for Tempest.
I think so. Clint will do very well against your Terizla. Huge amount of damage, good mobility too. So I think so. That is what Terizla struggles against.
Come on, Dexter. It's our
Your
showtime.
team is
Yup,
banning.
as we see the Claude is picked up, which is a slight bit of a tight
Your
matchup,
team is
especially against
banning.
the Clint. We have to see it's in the hands of the players again,
As
as
we
the
see,
Hayabusa is taken off.
Ezra Dural says again, Roger, will he redeem himself? So yeah, man,
Yes.
a lot on the line this time for Roger. Can he show what he's actually capable of? Is taking the hyper rule as well. So yeah, a bit of ego on the line.
Yep, as we do enter and wait for the ban coming in from Tempest, they do take away the Zushin. And I'm very surprised that the Zushin was left open and nobody picked it up, especially in this first phase of the ban. I mean, of the draft.
I think
But
so. Dark Zone don't have Zushin in their pool of heroes they prefer, so that is why they did not pick a Zushin even when it was available, and they do go for the MM pick, right? So
I am more
there was
yeah,
a
than
there
a
is.
weapon.
Banning.
weird.
Yeah, that's interesting. The Julian also gets banned off. They want to give this Roger as good of a jungle as they can.
Your team
Whereas
is banning.
Tempest Esports, they are banning out that Belric. Seems like they did some research.
And look at that beautiful skin on Farsa, as earlier said by me myself. I think so. They are thinking about a Farsa pick.
This might be a faster pick. I'm not sure they still have a roam available, but yep,
Your team is
they are
banning.
happy with that skin. Let's see if it's going to be used in this match.
Oh, it seems like they do go for a Farsa. I'm not sure about that, but we will see as they have locked on to that Farsa. A chip that has not been banned yet is open, and I think they are thinking about it.
They may be just thinking about it, as we do see a Lancelot also getting shown up here, which could be pretty good, especially against the composition coming in from Dark Zone very fast. But we do have the Franco getting picked up. This is a hero that I haven't seen in ages, but it's going to be very interesting to see how he works out over here.
Test.
I think the Farsa is going to have a difficult time this match. The enemy team has one of the worst picks for Farsa. A Zask, a Minsitar, an Alpha, and a Franco. So, yeah, difficult game for Farsa. Oh, that is like shit. Tank pick that could change the game is what they need currently.
Indeed, indeed. Let's see what room they decide to go for, Dark Zone.
A Tigreal pick, I'm not sure about that, but they do lock into the Tigreal.
The take is secured. As I think so, both teams are ready with their drafts as we enter the final game of tonight, final match, the tiebreaker, as the winners of this match will be moving on to the next bracket. Welcome, guys. I hope everybody is excited for this final fight that is going to ensue of Obscura Showdown Season 3, day number 5 between Dark Zone and Tempest Esports.
Ooh, I think, me personally, I see Dark Zone in a very tight spot with the pick they have, with the lineup they have selected. Farsa is going to have a difficult time, and I think so. Roger too will have a pretty difficult time securing kills. Mm, Also, I do not know how good Claude feels about the enemy lineup.
Interesting indeed. We do see both teams start off from the EXP side of the jungle again. And now look at the Franco's position. He's in so deep. Tries to delay. Does he get the buff? Nope, he does not, as the retribution from the Roger is used up to secure that. And in the mid side, look at this. The Farsa is unable to walk up. Maybe missing a few minions, but the Nightmare spawn is there. The little cockroach from the Zask.
Zask has been banned in most of the matches, and we have not seen a Zask pick, I believe, yet. So I am very interested to see how Zask plays out.
Meanwhile, in the top side, we might see something brewing over there as an aggressive BMI from the Claude is able to push himself back. The Clint, I'm surprised in this matchup, is not completely dominating. As we see the rest of Team Tempest rotate onto this, the Nightmare spawn does spot out the Roger, and the Roger almost gets hooked in by the Franco. That Iron Hook arms connecting.
Yeah,
in another steal onto
Tempest can somehow make sure Clint does not scale up. They might have a fighting chance. And the Zask as well there. A lot of damage. As we see, Roger does dive in, does get bursted down as well. Tigreal does get the Franco, but no one to help him out. It seems like a root does come in. Tigreal does need to flicker out, but to save himself from that dire situation. As we see another fight brewing in the bottom lane. It seems
the
like
Reds are getting caught in.
Yeah,
looks a little bit dire.
Yeah, fights happening everywhere in the map.
Yep, it is a lively game number 3 as both sides of the team are really fighting for this last bracket spot. As the turtle does get started up from the alpha, but the Roger is there. He is leading in EXP at the moment, but Alpha is able to secure that as Tempest start to get their lead. The King's falling from the Mincetar into the bloody hunt from the Franco is enough to secure the kill, and first blood secured by Franco. Dominator's descent is used up, but Tig is able to survive over there.
Yeah, that Franco ultimate is something that they need to look out for. It does cancel out a lot of the ultimate coming from it. As we see, Tigreal go down. Yeah, a lot of damage coming in from Mincetar to secure that kill. The ultimate used up by Tigreal, but a turnaround, it seems, as he is the one losing his life.
Yep, indeed. That's interesting, as it seems like Dark Zone, they are in a little bit of trouble as the rest of Team Tempest are starting to farm up. Not looking good.
Clint does use his ultimate to clear out the lane as fast as possible, as I think so he senses some danger stuck to his turret currently.
Indeed, I feel like the Claude is sensing something happen over here. The Tig is up there to help his marksman out. But look at this, an immediate rotation. They just want to steal away the jungle coming in from this Roger, not letting him snowball. So we do see Minstar already picking up that Thunderbelt, making him even tankier, and the Zask coming in with an interesting item with that Sky Piercer.
Yeah, Clint also does get his first item, Demon Hunter, in his inventory, as it seems like Tigreal is going to get caught. Does he go down? Yes, he does go down to the Zask. So much damage coming in from the Tempest. It seems like Tempest are the one dominating this game. And yeah, still no kill for Dark Zone.
Yep, the Nightmare Spawn doing quite a bit of damage. The Franco does get a little low over there. The Roger going in for that re-engage. The Teresla is also there, but the Alpha is present. Doing a little bit of damage over there. The penalty zone on two members as comes the Feathered Air Strike. The Minstar pulling back the Roger into the King's Calling, but it goes away at the right time as Dominator's Descent is unable to do rest over there. Lightning pounds onto another member. That's a triple kill for the side of this Roger as the Tig picks up the kill onto the Zask. In an immediate flash, 4 members go down for the side of Tempest.
Yeah,
And the Roger.
Swing that brings the game back level. As I think so, Dark Zone are going to secure that total as well. The game slightly in the favor now. Suddenly, a pendulum swing to the side of Dark Zone.
Yep, a lot of aggression in this game. Both teams are pretty sure on what type of damage they want to do, where they want to disperse it. As we do see the rest of Dark Zone moving onto that top side, but the Flint is able to take away that turret and run away. The Iron Hook does not connect onto the Roger, but the concealed there has been used up by the Franco over there. The Dig spots them out, knows that they are hiding somewhere in that area.
Yeah, this is an interesting match. Both teams are giving it their all. This is what we love. This is what we came here for in this Obscura Showdown. Seems like Tiger is playing a bit aggressive. 3v1. Yeah, he does dash out of it, but seems to get caught by Franco again. Is he going to lose his life? Yes, he does lose his life. Second secure. Because of that bloody hunt coming in from Franco, that is going to be an issue for everyone in this game in the side of Dark Zone.
Meanwhile, Teresa doing a pretty good job. Does he secure the turret into the bot side? Pretty sure, yes, is able to get that. So that is a trade-off. So we have to see what else happens over here. The Minstar with the hook does not secure that right now, but the Teresla now in a very bad position. He needs to be careful over here. The Roger is there to help him out if anything goes south, but once those two heroes are caught in the King's Calling, the Nightmare Spawn does spot out the Roger and the Teresla.
Yeah.
Good.
This one does see Franco. It seems like an ultimate popped by the Mincidar. Is Teresla going to go down? It seems like no, Teresla does just make it out on time to have his regen there, but it seems like he does get knocked down because of that Zask ultimate. Meanwhile, it seems like Roger does secure that turtle. Farsa using his ultimate to zone out Team Tempest.
Yep, a little bit of a miss onto the Iron Hook as now Franco gets very low over there. The Roger is able to do quite a bit of damage, but the Alpha going in with the Spear of Alpha pushes the Tig slightly away from the Nightmare Spawn. He's able to survive with basically no HP left. As the rest of Tempest, they try to collapse and get some type of reconciliation.
A bit of a misplay coming in from Alpha, which did cost them the kill secure on Tigreal, pushing out Tigreal out of the area of the spawn.
Yep, now we do see that both teams have done the mirror.
Hook
thing.
on Farsa,
Hook
as
in the
Farsa does go down to that Zask damage.
Yep, we were waiting for that. So now the Teresla is also in a bad spot. There is some bloody hunt available, but that's still the Dominator's Descent already used up. Starts to do quite a bit of damage, but the Teresla is able to walk out free. So now we have to see what happens here, as it seems like the Spear of Alpha does connect onto the Tig. The Tig coming in gets a 2-man implode. There are new ultimates available. The bloody hunt into the King's Culling is enough to secure that kill onto the.
You see
Goes
that
down as
fool.
Zask is able to get a kill. As a pause does come in. Interestingly enough, I feel like one of the members have disconnected or something over there, because that's a lot of that's an interesting fight that happened over there.
Yeah, that flicker hook from Mincitar was mental. That was
It
magical
was
to watch.
amazing,
Oh, so much happening,
The double
so much CC on the side of Tempest as well. Uh, so much zoning potential, especially that Mincidar against Terizla is what is making sure Terizla is not dominating the game as he has in these previous matches. The Spear of Glory was, yeah, glorious to watch.
glorious indeed. As we might be starting soon. Yep, we are back into this game lively with some action as Spear of Alpha connects onto the Terizla. Terizla getting a 3-man penalty zone, but is not enough to keep himself alive as Tempest gets another kill.
Yeah, that has been the issue, not being able to use his skills because of number one, Franco's ultimate, number two, Mincetar's ultimate.
Yep, that does put them in the back foot as we do see that the Lord is up. Seems like Alpha does want to start this up pretty quick. We do see that the Franco does spot out the Tig as the Iron Hook catching the Claude over there. Now the Tig has already used up the flicker, gets the 2-man implosion, but the Dominator's Descent does come out. The Feathered Airstrike is out, but into the King's Culling is the penalty zone. Is in the bad spot as that's a double kill for the Zask. And now it's
Did you see that Spear of Glory to cancel out that Farsa ultimate? Man, that was bad for Farsa.
Exactly. That was more than enough to just turn the entire fight. Farsa needs to be careful of her positioning, especially since there's a lot of things that can catch her out. Spear of Glory, the Iron Hook. There's also something that we're not talking about. The Dominator's Descent from the Zask can be put right in front of her when she's out with the Feathered Airstrike.
Yeah, this is why I said Farsa is going to have a difficult game. Is doing fairly well, 0-4. Not super bad, but is having a very difficult time showing up or making a difference in this game.
Yep, this is almost gets caught. Yikes, both of us got is that a missed Iron Hook, but it is still a tower for the side of Tempest as Dark Zones. They are now in a bad spot. Look at the Tig. Look at the Tig trying to catch someone over there, but he catches nothing. He catches that Natalia on the side as the King's Culling does quite a bit of damage. The Bloody Hunt onto the Claude as well. That's a lot of people down, and Flicker catches out the Terizla. Now Roger's the only one surviving. The Spear of Alpha gets a 5th member as that is a wipe out. But the Roger tapped back with the turrets.
Yeah, this could be GG's, but it seems like Claude is back. Both teams have very low HP. It seems like they should be retreating. It seems like will Alpha get caught? It seems like Alpha is going to get caught. And it seems like, he does get a double kill, an overplay coming in from the side of Tempest. As there is a bit of shift in the goal difference brought down now to only 4k.
A little scary over there as Tempest, they do overextend. They do not look at the timers as the Claude is able to clap back and keep Dark Zones in this match still.
I mean, but that means Siddhar play, man, he has more confirmed pulls than Franco does with his Spear of Glory.
That's true. Glorious indeed. I love Minster players like that. Now it seems like both teams are starting to position a little bit better. In the bot side, we do see that the Terizla starts getting chunked down a little bit from the Clint. We might see a re-engage now. The Tig is in position. Let's see what happens.
Alpha is a bit far away from his team, so it seems like Tempest are trying to not engage.
With the Lord coming up in 10 seconds, this might be a pretty bad fight. As the Concedry does come out, the King's Culling catches the Terizla in the spot, but the Tig is the first to fall. The feathered airstrike is blocked away from the Dominator's descent. And now the Teresa,
Whoa.
a double for the Clint, as this might not look good. That is a flicker used up by the Franco, but he does not catch anyone. He still has the Bloody Hunt and the Iron Hook.
Maybe guys. A bit of showboating in the enemy base. Will there be a hook to end this?
Let's
It
see.
seems like, oh, look at the damage. Oh, coming in from Clint. It might be GG's as the fight ensues. Roger does dive in, does get Zas, but does go down. Farsa there alone. No, it seems like Tiger has spawned up. This is not looking good for Dark Zone. As an ultimate is popped, does catch the Mincetar. Mincetar seems like does go down to the Farsa as well. That was a beautiful play coming in from Dark Zone to save themselves from exiting this tournament.
Goodness indeed, as we do see a good back and forth coming in from both sides. But overall, Tempest do still have the advantage with that bot inhibitor also taken away. Now they're immediately starting the Lord. And with Roger out of the question, the Teresa up into the Bloody Hunt. The Clint, does he have enough damage? Will he be able to secure that kill? No, he is not. If he goes a little aggressive, it might be an overextension as they decide to just pick up the Lord and get back into the game. Look at that Franco. He's in a tight spot. The hook does not connect as the feathered airstrike does come out. Two-man implosion into the blazing duet, and the Alpha does go back in. The Dominator's descent doing quite a bit of damage over there. Will Teresa be able to sustain that? No, he is not, as a triple kill for the Alpha, but a double kill for the Zat. And there might be a triple for the Zat. A maniac for the Roger, as he is waiting out over here. The Lord is there. The Roger is pretty low as the King's Culling is already used up. The Mints are getting pretty low while the Feathered Ace. The Immortality is popped up, but this Lord is doing quite a bit of damage for the side of Tempest. Zones away, Dark Soul.
And this is difficult for Farsa to defend alone, but does manage to clear the Lord with a Roger coming back into play after having his HP pool replenished in his base. Seems like Roger has finally come up and decided to make sure the enemy knows he is still in the game.
Yeah, especially now that we've reached the late game, it seems like the damage is starting to scale for the side of Dark Soul.
Yeah,
as
61
Tempest now
stacks on the Rogers Sky Piercer, which did make the difference in the previous game.
Yeah, let's see how it goes over here, as we might see another fight at this red buff, as that is the Clint taking away the enemy's red. Might have a iron hook from the Franco, who is just waiting over there. Still has the Bloody Hunt. Besides with their also available. They're looking for this inhibitor. See what happens there, the Nightmare. Back by the Mincetar, but the Teresa is able to immediately flicker out as a two-man implosion into the King's Culling, but the Blazing Duet from the Thought does come in, trying to zone away a few members as the Alpha is the first to fall. The Zask is taken out by the Thought. Now, the rest of the teams are quite split, as Dark Zones are, with that split, is able to keep themselves alive. Now, the Clint is getting pushed upon, does go down immediately. The Mincetar trying his best to do quite a bit of damage. There's a double kill for the Mincetar, but the Roger is still up now. Now the Franco is the only one alive. Gets a double kill, and that is a reverse wipe out, as Tempest Esports have no other members alive.
Oh, that was a turnaround. Man, it's brilliant plays coming in from both the sides. That last, last double kill coming in from Mincetar was brilliant. He knew he was going down, but he was taking someone else with him too.
Two members indeed, as now we see that Dark Zones, they have immediately started the Lord. The Dominator's descent does come down. It catches out the thing. Now everybody's pretty low. The penalty zone and the implosion, but it just catches the big cockroach as the immortality from the Teresa is popped. The Zask is able to secure the Teresa as The Lord is taken up by the
Oh,
Alpha,
no.
the shutdown onto the Roger by the Clint, and this might be just the turnaround that they're looking for as Tempest have completely taken down the jungler and the EXP lane as well as the roam for the side of Dark Zones. And with a minion wave down mid, not looking good.
It seems like Clint is there trying to defend his base, but the base is almost up. Yes, Minsadar does take it down. Sadly, for Claude, not enough to secure his place in the next round as Tempest move on, and it seems like Dark Zone are out of the tournament.
With that, a huge thank you for all our viewers that came in tonight. We had an exciting and interesting match for both us casters, and we hope that you guys had an interesting watch as well. Again, remember, guys, to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications to be updated on Obscura Showdown Season 3 powered by Vista. With that, I think so. It's me, Juventus, and my good friend Gig signing off.
Hasta la vista, guys.